Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Speaking of Curves. I'm Marie Dene. I'm the creator of The Curvy Fashionista, your global plus size fashion resource destination. And today we are back with another guest. Each week we do what's an interview, quick 30-minute conversation, girl hangout, to talk about being a small business owner and how we can support each other through this time, right? So in the plus space, the indie designers, the indie business owners, they're like the life force, the blood, the backbone of the plus size fashion space. And I wanted to make sure that we continue to support them because, we want them to all make it out past this, pandemic and everything. So what we've done is I've reached out to a couple of different people. So every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m., we will be here interviewing, talking, kicking, having fun. I've got my coffee. My guest, I think, has a mimosa, and I'm kind of jealous. But today I want to welcome Lakeisha of Z by Zevarra. Welcome, Keisha.
Hey.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
What's up?
Hey, boo.
It's early. It's early for me here.
What?
I said it's early for me here. I'm still
It
waking up.
is early. So for you guys who don't know, Z by Zevarra is an LA-based brand. Definitely a contemporary luxury brand. I've had a couple of pieces. We feature them many times. I think I have my two favorite sequence dresses are by you.
Thank you.
Yes, girl. Definitely amazing quality and construction. And I wanted to make sure we reached out and talked a little bit about the brand. So for those who don't know who Z by Zevarra is and who's a customer, could you please give us a little bit of a introduction to the brand?
Sure. So I started the brand because as a lot of plus size women in 2013, I couldn't find anything that kind of fit my body and the things that I wanted to wear. So I decided to launch my brand, and the brand is pretty much for anyone. I mean, anyone that wants to look snatched, wants to look sexy, wants to look fabulous. I construct the clothes a certain way so it fits our bodies perfectly. And so I decided that I wanted to do something for us. So the brand is, I would say it's daring, it's
bold,
it's sexy, it's on trend. It was my passion. So that's kind of the reason why I started it. And it's for any type of woman, it's not just for this type of woman or this type of body type. I make clothes for every body type, but hey, that's kind of in a nutshell.
Yes. So Z by Zevarra, very bold, sexy, confident. I appreciated the way. Tell us a little bit about the fabrication that you've used, because there was something very special about. It wasn't just like a ponte. It wasn't just like you didn't need shapewear to wear these dresses because. Go ahead and tell them why.
Yeah, so when I launched the brand, I was wearing like Spanx and corsets, all that good stuff, and I was like, you know what? What if I design dresses that already have a Spanx built into the dress? So this lining of my dresses are actual power mesh. So you don't even need to wear Spanx with it. So that's my lining for all.
Wait, let's pause that. Let's say that one more time.
So my dresses have a built-in, I guess you would say, spank or girdle. I built it so that it uses power mesh, so it sucks you in really tight, and that's the lining. And then also my fabric is a microfiber nylon spandex. So it's not polyester, so it fits your body very, very well. It's moisture wicking. It's soft. It's
moisture wicking.
Moisture wicking. So when you're sweating, it just sucks it up. So you're not have all these sweat spots in your clothes. It's cool. So I thought about everything as a plus size woman, what would make me happy and how would I feel comfortable. And I know a lot of the time, when we want to wear like a bodycon dress or any type of dress for that matter, we have to maybe put on a spank, a foundation wear if you choose. And it was
I'm not a fan. Like if I have to put on like Spanx, like it's too much for me. So if I have a dress that has like things built in, I'm like a one hitter quitter. Like boom.
Exactly. And that's why I built it, because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to the bathroom. And before they had Spanx, we had to pull them down. And then the Spanx has a little hole, which is amazing. I do like them, but it was just so much. And I was sweating, and then my clothes. So that's
and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, if I'm a plus size woman, what do I want to see in a garment? What would make me happy? So I feel like for me, that was the end all be all, because if I wear my dress, I don't have to wear a foundation garment, which is amazing.
It is amazing. And for those of you guys who are just joining in, like, we're here with Lakeisha, the designer behind Z by Zevarra. We're talking a little bit about her brand. We're getting to know her a little bit. It's very important as we are in this space to really talk about how we can support these small businesses, especially as some of them have started to pivot. We have, and I know others have, and so it's important that we kind of talk about it. So as you're tuning in, make sure you let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm looking here because my computer's right here, but my camera's right here. So if you see me going side to side, and I see the comments, so I want to make sure I'm replying. But this is Lakeisha. Z by Zevarra is her name, and we'll drop the link in the comments for you because we actually have some more information to share about the brand that you guys are going to be able to hear. I think maybe for the first time.
For which one?
For you to share with the readers. Have you said it out loud? I'm gonna totally push you into speaking it into the universe with some of your goals.
Okay, well, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Let's speak it into existence.
Yes, ma'am. So let's talk about your pivot, because interestingly enough, you have been pivoting a little bit, before things started. You were already working on some other things. You have a gang of things that you do underneath the Z by Zevarra brand. Can you talk a little bit to how you've pivoted, how you're kind of dealing with this space, and how you hope to come out of it?
Okay, so a few years ago, I was doing a brand, but I took a pause. I took a break. I had a baby. Actually, I had two. So I took breaks in between of the brand. And as much as I love it, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this right. So I decided to get a studio in downtown LA.
A little fancy. Just a little studio.
Yeah, it's a little studio. A little studio. That's it. So I decided to do that. I was like, if I'm going to do this, I have to have somewhere I can actually go to every day, somewhere where I can meet my vendors, somewhere I can meet my sample makers and stuff like that. And then also use it for a studio. So when I shoot my campaigns or my editorials or even my e-commerce catalog, I wanted a space where I could go and be comfortable. So that turned into my love for interior design. Okay. So as I was designing my space, because I wanted to make it a space where, like I said, I can shoot my stuff and so it looks like I'm in different locations. Because I was spending a fortune on location shoots, a fortune. So I decided to design my space to make it more editorial, so every different wall looks like a totally different location. So as I started doing that, I fell in love with interior design. Mind you, I'd never done it before, never had any interior design experience, but I got this space and my creative just started flowing. So I designed this space, and so actually it wasn't supposed to be a studio for other people, which it turned into. I'll get to that point in a second. So as I'm designing the space, I heard about something called Peer Space, which is like an Airbnb. But
like a co-working. Okay.
Not really a co-working thing. It's more like they have like rooms, you can do conference rooms, they have mansions, they have studios,
okay.
With everything, and it's like by the hour versus by the day. Because with Airbnb, it's like, $300 a day or whatever, but this is by the hour. So I was like, okay, that sounds good. So I decided to put my space on there just to see what would happen. I was like, no one's going to want to rent this space. Just see what's going to happen. And luckily enough, my first booking was Vivica Fox and her crew. My first booking. Mind you, she's
Say that again, because you said that hella fast and a little low. Say that with your chest.
So Vivica Fox was my first booking at my studio, her and her team. And it's funny because Vivica was one of the first celebrities to wear my clothes, and she's not even plus size. So that was kind of like, okay, this is a sign. I'm on the right track. Look at God. So after that, I was like, okay, so I put it up there. I got a lot of traction, and I started getting bookings like every other day. So I was like, wow, this is a bit. I didn't even think about it.
Okay.
And it kind of fell into my lap. So with that being said, I mean, I've had a lot of great creative people that I'm collaborating with. I've had major companies, like companies that we all shop at, shoot here. I've had celebrities come here and for like a dressing room situation. So they have their stylists come here and get the celebrity dress for events at Staples Center. So they use it as a dressing room.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So Grey's Anatomy
Look
shoots
at
here. Like,
you.
so many things that's happening in this space that I had no idea, which coincides with my creative juices, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I've been doing that for a while, and like I said, it's been really, really great. So I have one more studio I'm opening in June, and then I'm opening another one.
You be going so fast, girl.
I know.
Pause. So now you have your clothing line. You took a pause.
Yeah.
You added a home range. For those of you guys who were VIPs at the TCF Style Expo, got a fancy pillowcases. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So then now you have a studio, but now you're opening a second studio.
Yes, I'm opening up in a second one.
Okay,
so I'm opening a second one, and this one's more focused on film and commercials, more than just photo shoots. So it's a little bit more of a diverse space that I can use for multiple purposes.
Come on with it.
I'm opening that in June, and everything in my studio is for my home line. So all of the drapes, all of the accessories, all of the lighting, all of the pillowcase covers, all of the rugs, everything is from my own line. So it's kind of like my showrooms. So my first studio, which where I'm here right now, is in downtown. It's more of a glam, girly, luxury, bad bitch apartment. And then the other one is going to be more of a contemporary, more modern, chic type style. So I want to have multiple locations with different types of, I guess you'd say, themes, but still being cohesive.
So if you're in the LA area and you want a space to do a photo shoot, like bloggers, brands, they can come and book through you. Mm-hmm. Talk about innovation. She went from having a clothing line, now she is being innovative with her spaces. And then, so we also have another iteration of the Z by Zevarra line.
Yes.
Okay,
so
tell us.
Okay. So in addition to, I'm going to still do my luxury brand of the dresses, but I'm also going to do a lower price point range. So I'm going to have more basics. I mean, from sizes 10 to 28. I'm still doing plus. I'm not focusing on straight size. My focus is us. I'm not worried about them. So I'm doing, basics for us, made in America, made in Los Angeles. Yes. And I'm working with some partners to maybe open up factories in Mexico. So I'm working on that as well. Because I want everything that I do, I want to have a hand in. I don't want to put my stuff out anywhere. I do everything locally because I want to see every stitch, every seam, make sure the fabric is cut right, make sure it relaxes. Like I want everything to be perfect for my curvy sisters out there. You know what I mean? I mean, I put my heart into it. So, and it's my passion. So I want to do it the right way. I don't take shortcuts.
Come on. And so even when you say that you don't take shortcuts, like I think oftentimes like we see things online and don't see all the prep, all the work, all the changes. So your pivot happened to happen like right before and almost kind of on time.
Yep, exactly. Because I see the fast fashion and I know how people are. They want things right now, which I totally get because I'm the same way. I mean, I'm a prime person. I want my stuff tomorrow. So I see that and I'm like using my own experience and putting that into my brand. So for everyone that orders from me, it's going to be a 2-day turnaround. It's not going to be a week, 7 days.
Did you say 2 days?
2 days. I'm going to do everything. I'm working with some partners right now. So I'm going to have my brand on some other retail sites as well as my own for the basics brand and also for home.
Come on about with the level up.
Yeah.
Do you guys even catch like how smooth, like she's just saying all these like major like little moves? Like she's just like, oh, I'm just going to have my stuff on some other sites. I'm just going to,
right now is the time to plan everything. You know, I have so much time. I mean, minus the children, but I have so much time right now to focus on how I'm going to relaunch my brand and how I'm going to make a difference. Because it's not all about, okay, yeah, making money is great, but I want to make people feel good. I want to make people feel beautiful. I want to make people feel like a bad bitch. Because, I mean, who doesn't?
So exactly. Who doesn't want to feel that way?
And don't want to feel like they got ripped off.
That
like
part.
I bought this dress, it fell apart in the washing machine after one wash. Like, no, that's not how we do things here. Okay, we don't do that here. So
not up in
you can
here.
wear more than one time. So you know, and that's the issue that I've seen. And even with, you know, I mean, the home thing is like so different, but it makes sense to me. You know, like all of my textiles will coincide with my drapes. It might be in the collection. Like everything is going to go together cohesively because
so
every
literally,
season,
like I can match my curtains.
Well, like, you know, the vibe, you know, I'm all about the vibe. So my vibe when I'm designing now, I'm in my studio. I'm designing furniture. I'm designing drapes. I'm like, okay, so this can kind of use the same textile.
So basically, you're going to help me level up the office, basically, is what you're saying.
Yes. And you know, it's so funny that you said that. I actually helped design Angel Brinks' office in her home office. So her home office I designed. So it's like this studio has brought me celebrity clients to interior design their homes. So
come through with the multiple outlets and revenue. Like this is amazing.
Yeah, it's like it all fell into place. Like I didn't try. Like I did the studio. Then with the studio, there came creatives. Within the creatives, there comes the celebrities. The celebrities come. Oh my God, I love your studio. Can you help me design my house? Then it's like it just keeps going. And it's serendipitous. I'm not trying to be an interior designer. I'm not trying to do any of those things. It just happened, you know. And that's why I feel like I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Thank you, girl.
I mean, because it's important. So, like, you know, for you. So, I mean, a lot of times, like, it's always in a time of crisis or in a time of turmoil sometimes, or storms, that we find out who we are, that we learn a little bit more about ourselves, or we're pushed or challenged to step outside ourselves, to grow in ways that we didn't anticipate. And, you know, for any of our other business owners, dreamers, people who've had plans, who want to try to figure it out, like, if you don't take anything else from Lakeisha's conversation, it's, you know, she's taken and acted. She was shown and given an idea, and she acted upon it. You know, she didn't hem and haw. She just started with what she had. And from there, she's taken different steps. Like, you know, with TCF, like, I wouldn't have never known, like, my platform would have grown here. But I took a couple of leaps of faith, a lot of them, and learned how to build my parachute on the way down. And that's what kind of this space is now, like where we're pivoting, where we're growing, how we're evolving. And for you, you're now in your second studio, and now you're open. You're about to launch your new. I'm gonna call it a diffusion line, because that's what they say, right? They call it a diffusion line when they have a you know, lower price point, same great quality, but just different expectations, right? Like, there's just different ways. So don't be afraid and limit yourself to just a box, right? Yep. Toy said that she wants you to do her closet or her office next. Toy, you're going to have to get behind me, baby.
Let me do it virtually. I got you.
Right? Virtual. But listen, look, you got virtual situations there. Like, so that becomes another option, right?
Yeah. Thank you. You just gave me another revenue stream. Thank you very much.
How about that? Toy said, God is tugging at me to do that right now. Girl, then what you waiting for? Don't have to slide into your DMs, Toy. Because I'd be like, ma'am, what you waiting on? Yep. Seriously. I mean, so you've gone through this. Like, so let's talk a little bit about, like, mental health and self-care. Because you're a mom of 4.
Yeah.
You're a wife. You're a business owner. You also have a day job.
Yeah.
Girl, how the hell are you doing all that?
Well, I'm an engineer by trade. So I've always had jobs where I was lucky enough. I was like, I'm working from home. I have kids. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm working from home. So all of my my jobs that I've had since I had my kids, I work from home. So I can do what the I want to do. That's the reason why I chose that career. So I have my career, but I'm not working right now. Like everyone else, you know what I mean? It's like everyone else, the situation is what it is. And it's so sad, and I'm so upset, and I'm so mad about it, and when this happened, my husband and I were like, we got to help. We got to do something. And so we reached out. Well, actually, we started on our forum in our community. We reached out and said, hey, we want to help people that need shopping. We want to help seniors. We want to make sure that they're safe. We want to make sure that they have what they need. We want to shop for people that can't go out, that has autoimmune diseases. So me and my husband decided to do that and reach out to our community. And we got a lot of response from that. And through that, I met our councilman, our mayor of our city, and we started working with him. And my he's Republican, I'm going to say. Republican, yes. And right now the climate is crazy, and I'm like super, super duper into my politics right now because obviously I have nothing else to do but watch CNN all day in the background.
Right.
But Republican, and he reached out, and we've been working with him, and before the whole thing with the masks, people needed masks, he's already started working on masks before Cuomo said it, because I heard throughout Los Angeles that we might be low. So I already started doing that. So I made some masks, and I was going to ship them to New York, but Christian Siriano was like, yes, he took over, and he took that realm on. So I was able to ship my masks to Washington. Okay. And it was all talk. I didn't charge anyone. I just sent them. Because at the end of the day, for me, it's more about helping. I'm not really here to make money at the end of the day, because that's my duty. If I have the opportunity and if I can help, I'm doing it. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, if this saves someone, I mean, obviously they were cloth masks, they weren't PPE or anything like that, but they helped.
Right.
So I did a batch of those. I was like, okay, that's enough for me in a mask. I ain't doing that no more. Everyone's taken care of now, thank God. So I was able to refocus back on what I'm doing now. But yeah, like mentally, like honestly, being helpful and helping my fellow neighbor, regardless of political affiliation, definitely helped my mental stability, even though it's freaking scary to go outside.
Real.
But at the end of the day, God's going to take care of us, because we're making sure people are safe, so we're going to be safe in my brain.
Listen, I understand. Yeah. I understand. Like, I think that's like even brilliant. Like for me, like I actually asked yesterday on Twitter, do you talk to your neighbors more now since everything? And like some people were like, yes. Some people were like, I've actually finally met my neighbors. For me, I live above 2 elderly women. And so I made it a point to give them my phone numbers, and we all have dogs. So our dogs play together. They're like, can Mocha come down? And I'm like, okay. But having that connection, I'm going to the store. Did you need anything? Like those different types of things, it just feels great in a community, especially since we're all by ourselves. So it kind of helps us feel a little bit more looked out after, and there's a sense of community. So for you, how you kind of navigate the mental and the self-care is through giving and community. Am I hearing that right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's through giving for sure. Because I feel like if I'm healthy and I'm blessed, I'm alive, I can help. And for me, it's like, why not? Why not help?
Why not?
Is it really hurting you? I mean, honestly. So, that's kind of how I've been. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to be honest. Honestly, before I, about my son, right? So before my son passed, I wasn't as open, and I wasn't as helpful. I was not say helpful, but just not as open. I wasn't willing to make relationships and make new friends and all that. I was like, I've got my people, I'm good, But throughout that ordeal, it showed me that people can support you, even if you don't know them. They can give you love and support you. And for me, I never thought about all of that. But when that happened to me, I had so much love, so much support. And if I didn't have that, I probably would be like crazy, And then that kind of changed my outlook on life. And my son was like, he was very selfless. He was very sweet. He was very open. He was very giving. He was everyone's friend. He had friends, all different races, gays, straights, trans, black, white, everything. And his funeral was like 400 people there. It was insane. And I'm like, I don't even know half of these people. So for me, it would kind of like open my eyes to be like, you know what? I don't have to be in my box. I can be open to other people. I can be open to no relationship. I can be open to helping, because that's not how it was before. I mean, and not saying I was just like, oh, whatever, but it was just, you know, I'm just so focused on family and friends, and that's it. But now I'm like, okay, I can help other people. Like people that come to my studio, a lot of them are young artists. And for people that are just starting out, you know, I give them a discount on their rates because I want them to win. I like them to come here and they're so happy because I supply them with everything they need. And I'm kind of like an inspiration or a mentor to them. And I talk to them, give them, you know, encouragement, you know, shout them out, support them, because it's all about support. What does it matter? What does it take to share a picture of someone that you support, or like a post, or share that post? It's nothing. It takes 5 seconds, but to them it means the world. And for me, it's like it's nothing. It's just a natural thing. It's not that I'm doing it to make them like me. It's just because that's who I am as a person. I would say now, you know, and that's helped me like mentally just being a good person and just thinking about others and how they feel and what they think. And, you know, if I do this, would this person be offended? I mean, not necessarily taking it to a level where, you know, people are whining about everything, but still just be aware, you know, and a lot of people aren't aware. Everybody wants to clout chase. Everybody wants to be on top, but no one wants to help and support.
And that's why, and that's the whole impetus of like the Speaking of Curves. Like, it's like we're in a time, like the world is in a time of crisis. Our businesses, our brands that have helped grow, it's like, how can we support? Like, and then it's a different way for folks to get to know the designer behind the brand. You know, oftentimes we see just images, or we see, you know, different, you know, just pictures or whatever, but we don't get to connect, right? And get to tell the story and find out what they're doing in ways that we can support. Like you mentioned, you know, it's a share, it's a comment, it's a like. You know, some of those things don't cost. So, you know, piggybacking off of what you just mentioned, how can people support you, and what are ways that folks can support that they may not have thought about?
For me, right now, like I'm totally focused on like relaunching my brand. Like I just want people to know like the heart and the soul that goes into my brand. It's not just for profit. I mean, honestly, it's not just for profit. And it's more, I'm just saying, I mean,
you keeping it 100. I hear you, girl.
You know what I'm saying? I'm an indie designer, so for me, it's a love, it's a passion. So every stitch, every piece of fabric is picked by me. Every outfit is worn and just make sure it fits perfectly by me, because I want to make sure that my people are happy and they're satisfied and they feel like they got a deal and they feel like this is the best dress I've ever had in my life. Like, that's what I want. That's my reward. Honestly, that's my reward. So for me to support would be just follow the Instagram. So when I relaunch, you know what I mean? You guys are the first to know. I mean, I'm redoing my website right now. So everything is going to be under Zevarra. So that's another thing. It's not Z by Zevarra anymore. It's Zevarra. So we have Zevarra Homes, Zevarra Locations, and then
come through with the diversification.
Location. I'm get more. We ain't stopping with 2, honey. We gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep going.
So you gonna have a spot out here in Atlanta?
Oh, you know what? I was thinking about that when I came to your expo. I was looking at places. I said, "Ooh, I should go look at this house. I should go look at this studio. I should go look." Yeah. So I'm thinking about it. I might be out there too. You know, because y'all need.
Come on down. Come on down.
Put the bar of flavor out there as soon as this shit is done. Okay.
That part.
Yeah. As soon as this is done, you know. So, but yeah, just sign up on the, follow Instagram, follow Facebook. So when I launch my new site, you guys be the first to know. I'm also going to be doing some amazing things for my customers throughout this launch consistently, to support them as well. So, it's going to be great. I'm just really excited because I get to show you guys what I've been working on in my studio with my decor, with my fashion. You know what I mean?
Like everything in this house, everything in this picture is mine.
Yes. Exactly. And I want to share that. So, but yeah, just follow me on those things for right now. And then once I get the launch going, you're the first to know. Oh my God, did you tell the people how I first met you?
No, we didn't. Tell it.
Oh my God, let me tell it. Okay, you can tell. Or you want me to tell it? You want to tell it?
You tell it.
So I went to an event. What was that event? It was like at a restaurant or something? Some kind, yeah. I can't remember. It was like some kind of restaurant. It was my first like plus size event, and I just started making clothes or whatever, but I didn't have anything completely made yet. I ran into Marie, and I was like, she's like, yeah, I like this. I said, what you like? Do you like my outfit or something?
I think I stopped you in the parking lot or outside.
Yeah, I was leaving. And I was like, yeah, I'm a designer. I'm just starting out. And then you're like, well, do you have anything ready? I was like, no. I said, I only have my sketches, so I'm working on my samples now. You're like, send them to me. So I sent Miss Curvy Fashionista, mind you, the best freaking blogger in the game. Okay, how random is that? Sent her my sketches, and she put them on the blog. And I was like, what is going on? And I got so much love and support just from that one post. Like I said, everyone, support and love don't cost nothing. Support and love from that one post, and from there, because of you, my brand took off, honestly. And I will say that every day, all day, forever, because of you, because you didn't even know me. You were just nice, a nice person. You came up to me, you said, hey girl, I like your outfit, blah, blah, blah. And then it was all gone from there. So I'm just like, look at God. So I know I was at the right place at the right time doing the right thing. You know what I mean? So that was a sign for me, honestly. Because I was like, what in the hell am I going to do? How am I going to launch this brand? I don't know any bloggers. I don't even know what to do. And that was a blessing. So thank you. I always praise you for that. I'm going to keep talking about that to the day I die, girl. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey. Like, I appreciate you because, like, seriously, like, even just hearing, like, that journey, your current journey and the things that you're about to do, like, I'm even in the space of transition. And so you sharing that with me, you sharing your journey up to now is also pouring and supporting and encouraging, like, folks like myself, because I'm over here like, okay, God, I see these little things that you put in my purview. Like, how am I supposed to make these things happen? Mm-hmm. And hearing your story is just extremely, extremely helpful. So, I mean, thank you, right? Thank you for, agreeing to wake up at the crack of dawn on your side of town to get up and to join us in this conversation. Thank you for sharing your story. For those of you guys who are kind of coming in on the tail end, this is Lakeisha, the designer behind Z by Zevarra. She is a plus size. It's now not even Z by Zevarra anymore. It's going to be Zevarra.
Yeah, it's going to be Zevarra.
Let's get that right. Zevarra. Yeah. And then, she's a brand. So she has clothing, home, and she's got her location studios, and she's about to launch her diffusion line. And so, for her, we were talking about and showcasing and highlighting her pivots, how she kind of, she was given a vision, given a direction, and she took those leaps of faith, and how those doors just continually open. So if you are an entrepreneur, a business owner, you have an idea for a business, like, if you take anything from this, it's to take that first step. Mm-hmm. To take that first step.
Mm-hmm. I said it only takes one step to start a journey.
There we go.
That first step is like, because how would I have known this would happen? But because of my fashion line, I was so passionate about it and I believed in it, everything else fell into place after that, just because of that one goal. So, I mean, if you have opportunities, take the opportunity. Honestly, life is short. Do you. Like, what you got to lose? You fail, but that failure is a lesson. Right? So if you fail, like, honestly, like in the beginning, I did good, but, failure, finding the right people, picking the right people, failure, picking the right fabric, wrong fabric, like, those things make you give you lifelong lessons. So for me, failure is not a bad thing. It's a learning experience. Just take that learning experience and apply it to the next step. That's it.
I love that. That's definitely real, because, like, we've all made, there are manuals, but that thing don't really mean anything when you right in the thick of it. It don't mean nothing. Like, you only learn through doing. Well, I want to tell you thank you. Thank you. We've hit our 30 minutes. And so thank you guys, Facebook folks, Facebook family, TCF family, for joining us as we've had our interview. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we are here with different business owners, entrepreneurs, influencers, different folks in the community who we need to support so that our growth stays positive and consistent even through this pandemic, right? So thank you guys for joining us. I'm Marie Dene. I'm the creator of The Curvy Fashionista. We have Lakeisha of, I was going to say Z by Zevarra, but now Zevarra. And we will actually have a blog post that'll actually highlight some of the different looks and pieces so you guys can see. And then also all the other information is also in the comments. In the meantime, thank you for joining us, and we will see you Thursday. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thank you, Marie.